Alright, welcome back to another video. As you can see, we got rid of the bay liner. We ended up picking up this new boat earlier this week, 1992 Monterey 225 CSR. Been sitting for, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years. Definitely is going to need a lot of cleaning up on the inside. I think we're going to have a rotted out floor again that we're going to have to replace. But engine's in pretty good shape. Looks like it's been well maintained over the years, so hopefully it'll fire right back up. So we're going to start digging into it today. We'll clean out the inside, and then hopefully we'll start checking to see if it's going to work or not. Quick little look at it from the outside. Not in too bad a shape. Definitely have some scratches and some scuff marks here. I'm hoping we can buff that out. The black paint on the bottom of it is starting to chip a little bit, so maybe we'll get a can of gel coat later down the line and get that all repainted. Looks like some of the gel coat might be chipping here a little bit. Other than that, from the outside, it's not bad. Trailer's in really good shape. It's just very dirty. It's definitely gonna need new tires on it because they're very dry rotted, but for the most part, everything looks pretty good. Let's check on this side real quick. Same thing on this side. We got some scuffs on the white. Hopefully that'll come out. I think probably the worst part is gonna be the back of it. The prop is all banged up, so we'll need to get a new one of those. It's got the trim tabs on it. And then I think the worst part that I saw was there's some holes in the fiberglass here where this is ripped out, so it's not too bad. We'll be able to patch that and fill that up. Alright, so looking at the front, looks like everything's in pretty good shape. The floor up here is actually pretty solid. Only thing I noticed, we're obviously missing that panel there. Don't know what that is. That's actually really nice. There's storage underneath all the seats on both sides. So that's all good. Storage cabinets here. It's a little tight, but a bunch of space in there. Same thing on this side. Can't get that one to open up yet, but it looks like there's life jackets and stuff in this one. This is where the floor gets really bad though. Can't tell if it's the whole floor or if it's just the support beam on it, but this is all like caving in. But dashboard looks good. We got the glove box over here. Okay, there's a bird's nest in there. This actually looks like it might be a sink. Looks like the faucet goes there. That's all good. It's got the seats on both sides. There's plants growing from the seats, so that's good. It's got 2 seats that slide into the side there. And then let me see if I can get this cover up. And this has it's either a 5.0 or a 5.7 Mercruiser, but it looks like it's in really good shape. So I think we're going to start off with getting all the leaves and stuff cleaned out of here, and then maybe we'll start working on the motor and see if we can get that fired up. Alright, so we just took out the engine cover, took out the driver's seat. This seat's not in the best of shape, so we're going to leave it in for just a second. But for now, we're going to work on just sucking out all the leaves and debris and stuff. That way we can start working on the motor maybe, or maybe get a better look at what we're going to have to replace on the floor. But this thing's huge though. There's tons of space in here. We just need to make sure that obviously the floor is good before we start putting all the stuff back in. bow. Hours of us pressure washing it, boat cleaned up pretty nice. So we'll do a quick walk around. We got all the decals and stickers off of it. A lot of the algae did come off. I'm gonna end up having to polish up the green there because it's definitely a little bit faded. The white's actually looking pretty good, and then I think all of the underneath of it, all the black parts, I think we're gonna end up repainting that since it's all starting to flake and peel away. Still need to mess around with some of these scuff marks, see if we can get those off. Other than that, everything else came out pretty good. Back of the boat's looking much better. Still gonna have to fill those holes back in. It's looking good back there. And then as far as the interior goes, pressure washed everything and cleaned it out as best we could. So there's a pretty good bit of the floor that's gonna have to get replaced. So right up here in the front, there's that crossbar that's weak. There's another section over there that's a little bit weak. Obviously this big panel in the middle, and then there's another spot over here that's weak that we're gonna have to go back and fix. Looking through some of the paneling on the inside, you can see over here this one's falling apart. Same with right here. So all the wood in there is just dry rotted. We're gonna have to pull the side panels off and get those all replaced. As far as the motor goes, I ordered some parts for it yesterday. So we should have those in the mail in the next couple days so we can start working on that. Hopefully that'll fire up. And then looking at the seats, the vinyl's in good shape, but a lot of the wood's rotted out. As you can see, it's all just flaking apart. So we're gonna have to replace a bunch of those. Did clean up. It did come with the original two-piece cover for it too, just like we had for the last boat too. It's got some holes in it. It's definitely not in the greatest of shape, but it works. So keep using that. And then this is that big panel that covered the fuel tank, so we still have the carpet for it. Obviously the piece underneath it is completely destroyed, so we'll end up redoing that. But I think that's going to wrap up this video. We were out here all day today working on this, so I think we're going to call it a day, pack everything up, and then we'll hopefully have another video out soon when we start working on the engine.